Hi guys, for this video I'm going to go over something that happened to me recently, which is that I got vaccinated, and I thought I would go through what happened basically, because I know obviously most people haven't had it yet, um, whether that's because they live in the US. I don't know if it's available in the US yet. Obviously in the UK it is available. At the moment it's being offered to people that are most vulnerable, which was why I've already had it, because I don't have a spleen, so I don't have very good immunity against this kind of stuff. And yeah, I know a lot of people haven't had it yet, so they'll be wondering what happens. I already was hearing stuff about like side effects and stuff like that. So yeah, at first I wasn't sure if I was going to have it when it very first was announced, because I had the same fears as everybody else, obviously, which is that it's not been through the whole process of being tested, and because I think it's usually about 10 years that they do that for, before it gets approved and it goes through, um, because they want to know all the possible side effects. Obviously, with this, it is a little bit different because it's on the same par as the flu jab that people get every year. I'm also offered the flu jab every year. I don't always have the flu jab. It depends. I don't like to have it all the time because I like to build up my own immunity to these types of things. But it depends. If I'm really worried that I'm there's like a stronger strain, or I've already been ill, then I'll probably have my flu jab. But I don't always have them. But this is obviously on par with that in the sense that it affects you in a similar way. So I don't really think that people need to worry about this one, because obviously it's a lot of the stuff that people have said that it can do. The main concerns is that oh, it will kill you off early. I've heard, what was the other one that people were worried about? Your fertility was another issue that people were worried about. Yeah, there was a lot of concerns. Obviously, having had it, I was given leaflets about all of the information to do with it, and I read through, because I was worried about it. And it's fine. It really is fine. There's not really many things that it could cause issues with. I think that most of the side effects are stuff that you get as side effects from the flu jab anyway. Obviously it doesn't affect everyone. So I obviously decided that I wanted to have it. I think everyone should have it personally, but that's my opinion. Obviously if you don't have it, you're risking your own safety, because eventually everybody that is susceptible to it hopefully will have it. So therefore, if you don't have it, you're the only person that you're putting at risk, which is fine, I guess. But it will probably mean that you won't be able to do a lot of stuff that you used to be able to do, because obviously they won't. I think they're talking about not allowing people to travel, for example, if they haven't had it, stuff like that. And I just decided that I'm happy to have it. I mean, there's enough research for me. My friend is a nurse, and talking to her about stuff, and healthcare professionals are having it too. So clearly, there's a lot of faith in it being fine. It is fine. So yeah, some about the process of it. I'm assuming it will be pretty much the same wherever you are when you do get it. But essentially, what happens is you go. You book an appointment to go. They get you done literally within minutes. It's so fast. You give your name. They give you some paperwork to take in with you, and a leaflet and everything, so you've got information about it. And then you go through. They ask you the usual questions like, are you allergic to anything? Which obviously I'm not, to my knowledge, so that was fine. And then they give you the injection. They tell you what one it is, because obviously there's two. I had Pfizer, I think that's how you pronounce it. And yeah, it's literally done that quickly. She just literally was like, okay, and then in, straight done, less than a second. Um, Normal injection feeling, nothing. It wasn't painful. It wasn't like weird. It was just a normal injection. I'm fine with injections. I'm not fine with like blood tests. I get really lightheaded with blood tests because obviously they're going into your vein, and I'm not about that. But with this, obviously, because it was just a vaccine, I was absolutely fine. They do make you then sit and wait, or at least they did when I had it. At first, they were saying they're only going to make drivers sit and wait for 15 minutes just to make sure that they don't go dizzy or anything like that, which is, a lot of people do after an injection. I think a lot of it, to be honest, is just to do with the fact that you work yourself up with that kind of thing because there's like so much uncertainty about it. Um, but yeah, they make you sit and wait for 15 minutes. They give you like a little timer that's all wrapped up, and you sit there for 15 minutes. And then if you feel fine, which everybody was and is feeling fine, then you just go, and that's it. You're done. It literally, the longest that it takes is sitting and waiting for 15 minutes, just as like a precaution, obviously for like insurance purposes, that you're fine, that you're not going to pass out or anything. Like I say, I only pass out sometimes when I have my blood taken, so I knew that I'd be fine, and I was fine. And like they said, everybody else before me was fine. It's just a precaution that they take. Um, and I was hearing from everyone that, oh, you'll get aches and you'll get ill, and or you'll get a cold, or you'll feel really run down. The main thing was, oh, the aches. And I was like, oh no, here we go, because obviously that happens with flu jabs as well. Sometimes they affect me, sometimes they don't. So I kind of expected all of that, and to be honest, I haven't had anything. I had it last week now, I think, when I'm filming this. When it goes up, it would have been a week ago. And I've not had any side effects. They said that if you were going to have anything, it would probably be within like the next couple of days or whatever. Literally nothing. I had a little bit of like a bruising feeling in my arm, like if I raised it higher than here, but that's because it goes into the muscle, and that's just a normal, typical thing I always get when I have vaccines or injections. It's not like horrific or anything like that. It's not like you're in agony. I've only ever been in agony from an injection once, and that was because I was really young and they put it in the top of my leg and my leg went dead. It was not fun, but she was a nurse at my local doctor's at the time. She was not great. I don't think she'd been doing it for very long. Yeah, so that's the only time I've ever had that kind of reaction. This one was just your typical, like, you've had a little tiny injection in your arm, so your muscle's a bit like, whoa, what happened? But other than that, absolutely fine, no issues. I'm happy that I've had it done. I just want life to go back to normal. I really do. They're saying that they're easing stuff off over the next few months. So because our numbers have dropped dramatically since we've had the vaccine in January. So if all goes according to plan, which I don't see why it wouldn't, because it has been so far, the UK hopefully will be back to normal by July. Well, June 21st, they're saying, but I'm pushing it back to like July. But yeah, so I'm hoping that goes ahead, because I've got some gigs happening in July and stuff, and then all the festivals, usually start. I don't know if they will this year because, no one knew what was going on. But, I'm just looking forward to the summer and having a normal summer. But yeah, I just thought I'd go through like that with you guys. Like I touched on earlier, a lot of stuff that people are saying about it isn't true. I didn't experience any problems with it. The fertility thing isn't an issue. I did have a look. I did get a little bit worried because it does say to click onto the website to read up about it. And I clicked onto the website, and all it says is that they were cautioning women that were pregnant to not have the vaccine. similar to what they do with some flu jabs at certain points and certain other things, but that they've figured out that it doesn't really cause any issue, so it's not really an issue anymore. And it was literally less than a paragraph that literally just said that. So I was like, oh, okay, because obviously I haven't had children yet. And I might like to have them someday. So yeah, obviously, you know, people hype that kind of stuff up. They're like, oh, it, you know, affects your fertility and all this stuff, and it's a vaccine. It doesn't. It really doesn't. But yeah, so I'm squashing that rumor as well. Because like I say, I worried about it too. Yeah, so I'm happy that I've had it, and I'm hoping that everybody else is looking forward to getting theirs, even if it is just to get your life back to normal. You know, it's still a good thing to do. um, but yeah, I know some people also are a bit worried about it because they hear all this stuff like, oh, it hurts, and oh, it causes this, and oh, you'll be ill for days. And I'm here to tell you that none of that is true. I've been through it, my mother's been through it, her partner's been through it, several of my friends have been through it, and none of us have had any issues. So, you know, don't always believe what you hear. So yeah, I just thought I would update you guys on that information for anyone that is worried about it or thinking about it and not sure if they're going to go through with it. You know, please do, because it's smart to do that. There's not really many reasons not to, if I'm honest. If you're one of those people that really believes in conspiracy theories and thinks that, you know, if you have this injection that you'll die early or whatever, just think of it the same way I did originally when I worried about that for a brief second, which is everybody that I know and care about has had this vaccine. So if that is the case and that's what it's doing, which it isn't, but if that was the case, worst case scenario, that, you know, we all die a few years early, at least I won't be the only one left. I will die happy with all my friends and family. I would rather that than be the only one that didn't have it and be the only one left. Do you know what I mean? Not that that is even remotely a possibility, but do you know what I mean? That's for those people that want to think that, you know, just think about that, you know. I don't really see any reason not to have it, if I'm honest. So that's this video. I just thought I would update you guys. Hopefully you found it informative, although quick. The vaccine is very quick, so this video is going to be very quick. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know and I'll answer them as best I can. And I hope you all stay happy and safe and that we all get a normal summer. I really hope we do. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.